As you well know, Rotary is one of the most respected service organizations in the world. Some of the things that make Rotary different are the Rotarian motto, service above self, and its code of conduct exemplified in the four-way test. Being a Rotarian is an honor, not only because you've been invited to join Rotary, but because you are expected to exhibit the civic and business leadership, integrity, and concern for others that is unique in our society. What we'd like to show you is that the fair tax meets the criteria of the four-way test, and as a movement, Rotarians should actively support. First, what is the fair tax and what makes it special? Simply put, the fair tax is a proposal currently before Congress to eliminate the current federal income tax system and replace it with a simple retail sales tax applied to new goods and services only. The fair tax would be collected by the states who are both closer and more responsive to the taxpayer. Under the fair tax, the Internal Revenue System is no longer needed and will be eliminated. The fair tax would raise the same amount of money as the current system, but would do so much more efficiently and without the horrendous impact on American businesses and entrepreneurs, or the estimated $350 billion in wasted compliance costs paid by Americans under the present income tax system. And the fair tax would replace the estimated 74,000 pages of federal tax code and regulations with a single piece of legislation that is only 135 pages, and it can be read before it is passed. Under the fair tax, American businesses would no longer be taxed in ways that put them at a disadvantage when competing against imports or in export markets. Some claim that sales taxes harm people in lower income brackets, or that not taxing businesses would be immoral. Well, let's see how the fair tax and the current tax system stand up when examined using the four-way test. The first element of the four-way test is it the truth? First, the present income tax code is so complicated that no one really understands it. If you can't understand it, how can you know if it's the truth? The fair tax is very simple, and like state sales tax, everyone can understand it. Second, unlike the present federal income tax system that obscures the truth by hiding taxes in the cost of goods and services, the fair tax will be obvious on sales receipts, and everyone will know the truth of exactly how much they are paying in taxes and, therefore, how much their government is costing them on each new retail item or service purchased. Although estimates may vary, the present income tax system has caused increases in the price of goods and services by about 20%. In order to make a profit, a business must cover their costs, and income and Social Security taxes are a part of these costs. Under the fair tax, taxpayers no longer have to navigate a maze of hidden taxes which are designed to deceive citizens. The fair tax shows the real cost of government in every purchase of new retail goods and services. The second element is it fair to all concerned? Almost no one believes the current income tax system treats everyone fairly. People earning the same amount of money are often treated differently. Almost everyone understands that those with the inside scoop or those with political connections get preferential treatment in both the tax code and in how that code is enforced. Everyone knows about how the IRS has tried to punish some while ignoring the abuses of others for political reasons. All of us are aware of people who offer services or goods for cash, and we know they are not paying the income taxes they owe. This means the rest of us have to make up the difference and bear the burden and pay more. It is estimated that income tax evasion costs the Treasury at least $400 billion each year and is rapidly growing. The present income tax system is not fair at all. The fair tax, however, is fair to all. Everyone, rich or poor, pays the same rate on their purchases. No one, rich or poor, is treated unfairly. And to avoid hurting the poor, no one, rich or poor, pays taxes on purchases below the poverty level through the prebate system. And something else about fairness and the fair tax, we don't believe anyone, rich or poor, should pay taxes on life's necessities. So, all of us, the rich and the poor alike, are refunded those taxes paid on purchases below the poverty level. And no, the fair tax isn't going to give a refund just to the poor or those with special needs. If we're going to be fair, we're going to be fair to everyone, even those who may not need it. The third element is, will it build goodwill and better friendships? The current income tax system is used to promote class warfare and create distrust amongst groups who believe someone else is being favored over them. Instead of goodwill and friendship, the current income tax system rewards people who can coerce politicians with threats and money. Under the fair tax, everyone pays the same rate of tax, and there are no favors for the wealthy or special political groups. Instead of fighting to get some tax advantage over someone else, we can all start working together to build a better economy and share in the joy of seeing everyone benefit. As John Kennedy said, a rising tide lifts all boats. Instead of lowering the water for everyone, except those who can get special treatment, the fair tax raises everyone's financial well-being and creates a country where everyone joins in their neighbor's success. The last element of the four-way test is, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Absolutely. Workers, instead of losing a significant amount of their paycheck before they ever get home, will see their wages increase by the amount formerly deducted by federal income and Social Security taxes. Businesses will be freed of the burden of trying to comply with an antiquated tax system and will be able to concentrate on how to compete more effectively against imports and in foreign markets and not worry about taxes or tax policy. This will lead to more and better U.S. jobs instead of jobs being created abroad. This will benefit unions and workers in general, but especially students who are just finishing up their education and are looking forward to landing their first real job. This will uplift the poor who need a job to break free of the shackles of poverty and government dependence. Instead of a Social Security system that is projected to be bankrupt in the near future, our seniors who have retired and are living on Social Security or their previous investments will be assured that their Social Security benefits will continue, and if prices go up, the benefits will increase. Corporations, instead of being forced to keep overseas profits in foreign banks in order to avoid one of the highest corporate tax rates in the world, will be able to bring billions in profits back to America tax-free to invest in new factories, research, development, and ultimately increase productivity. There are many other benefits of the fair tax, but Rotarians have a responsibility to apply the four-way tests to the things they say and do, and this includes our tax system. This commitment makes Rotarians and Rotary different from all other service organizations. We are sharing the fair tax with you because you are the leaders of your community. You are the business owners. You are the doctors, the lawyers, the pastors, and priests. You are civic leaders and government officials. You are the ones to whom others look for answers and upon whom many depend. We want you to understand the importance of the fair tax for our communities, our businesses, our nation, our children, and even our grandchildren. We want your support, and just as you were asked to join Rotary so many years ago, we are asking you to become a member of Fair Tax today. The motto for Rotarians is service above self. Fair tax is just such a service. Now that you know a little bit more about the fair tax and have seen how it is so consistent with Rotary values, your speaker would like to answer your questions and explain how you can help.